Good afternoon, McCarthy, 6th grade. Sorry. Thank you all for ending your school day with us this way. We've had a magical morning with Project Trio. They played a fabulous program for combined 7th and 8th and for 5th. As you can see, students have been on stage interacting and playing and jamming with them all day, just like your colleagues in the 6th grade band and orchestra will be this afternoon. This is Project Trio. How many of you guys have heard about this trio? How many of you are excited to hear them today? Yeah, that doesn't sound exciting. Thank you. One. Okay, so, couple of housekeeping things. This is a concert, so you're going to be hearing the trio play some of their music and music that, some music that they've composed and music by classical composers that you might recognize. I know you're used to sitting in a concert and hearing musical performances and clapping appropriately and being quiet and all of that, but part of this is an interactive improvisation workshop. Like I said, some of your classmates are going to be up here playing in front of this audience with professional musicians, which you can imagine is kind of nerve-wracking. So if you're in the audience and it's time for them to be volunteering and improvising and coming up here and playing their heart out, please be as polite and respectful and quiet as possible. Give them as much focus as you can. I think that's all I need to tell you. So here is Project Trio.
to school. And thank you for coming to our assembly. We are the Project Trio, and we have come all the way from Brooklyn in New York City to hang with you guys today. We will play you some cool music featuring these instruments. But also, we are featuring your colleagues on stage. Give them a round of applause. It is so nice to be at a school with a cool music program like this. You see, the three of us also were involved in our school music programs, and we think it's very important, and we love to see the love shown to them. Now, my name is Greg, and I play this instrument here. Hands up if you think you know the name of this instrument. I would like you to shout it out. It's called a... That's right, it's called a flute. A flute is a wind instrument. Everybody take a deep breath and blow it out. And that is how we get down on a wind instrument. All you wind instrument players, stand up. Take a bow. All right, give them a round of applause right there. That's my wind instrument. So, my name's Greg. I play the flute. I play the flute in an unusual way. I like to beatbox on the flute. Maybe you've heard that before. Maybe not. It sounds a little something like this.
My name is Eric, and I play this instrument, and this is a... Cello! Say it again! Cello! Yes, this is a cello, and I've been playing the cello since I was 3 years old. And I love music. I don't only play the cello, I like to play the piano, I like to play the guitar. Sometimes I even like to play the banjo, of all things. And today, like Greg said, we're gonna share with you a lot of different types of music that we're into. Now, up here, let me have all the string players stand up. Yeah, look at all these string players. Give them a hand. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to know how many of you out there play a musical instrument. All right, a couple of people.
Like to see that.
Now, music is, thank you very much. All of these instruments are really cool, and if you asked anyone up here, I'm sure they would be happy to play it for you. And the cello, a lot of people say, sounds the most like the human voice. It has a very beautiful singing quality. So if you've never heard the cello sing before, it sounds like this.
Man, I'm excited to hear what we get. My name is Peter. I play this instrument right here, which is the double bass. I started playing the bass in the 6th grade, and I heard that we are working with 6th grade right now, so I'm excited. The first piece that you heard was by one of our favorite composers, a guy named Charles Mingus. Charles Mingus wrote the incredible Fables of Faubus, and then we stole a very little bit from the greatest composer to ever live, Mr. Ludwig van Beethoven. And then we played a work of our own called Classique. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna play one more piece, and then we're gonna get to these guys. This next piece that you will hear is actually kind of a funky piece, a little bit of a jam, if you will, and it is by the three of us, and it is a cool tune that is called Sweet Pea. So I hope you enjoy. Oop. Divorced. people up here on stage have ever done any improvisation? Okay, one or two. How many people out there have ever done improvisation? Of course, the whole crowd. So, how we're gonna start is, improvisation is the way that we get together and write our music, is that we get together and we just improvise, which is just making up music off the top of your head. Now, to become great at improvisation, you must start incredibly simple. And so the first thing to do is I want everyone up here, we're gonna go in a little circle here, and we are all going to play one note. Now your note can be whatever you want it to be. It can be long, it can be short, loud, soft, crazy, cool. So I want Greg to start us. And what's your name? Elise, you're second. And you? Haley. And it's going to go around. Now, the only thing, you want to get involved over there? The only thing that you must do is that you must be ready. In music, you always have to be ready. If you got your instrument down here and it comes to you, I am going to be upset at you. I want everyone to be ready to play their note. So think in your head right now what you're going to do. I will go last. Greg, you will go first.
Okay, here we go. And I tell you, all of improvising is that easy. Now, we need some brave souls. Who would like to come up and be part of this first exercise? You, flute, saxophone, trumpet. This looks like a good posse. Should we get one more? Sure. Yeah. Violin, come on up. Okay, you guys come forward. Give them a round of applause. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to be a little more than one note, but it's not really that much more than one note. What we're going to do here now is we're going to add some notes on top of notes. So this is how you make music together. For this exercise, Eric and I are actually going to hold a drone note. Eric, play a drone note. So this drone will be playing, and then what I want us each to do is we will each play a very simple solo over this drone note. So Greg, I want you to start us up, and then we will go down the line. Now just keep your solo very simple. It can be just a couple of notes that match, or don't match in any way, with Eric and I holding this drum. So, Greg, you get us going.
Nice. Now, that was all great because it was lovely. It was kind of weird. It was very timeless, was something I noticed. Now, what we're going to add is one simple element of time. And when you start playing in a group, that is what holds everything together. So all we need now is one pulse that we share. And I'm just going to pick one out of the air like this. Let's everyone snap this pulse. Now, don't rush. Hold it together. And now stop. And that pulse is still going on in the room even though we've all stopped. And that is what I'm now going to add to the drone. I'm going to add a simple rhythm with our pulse to the one note. So instead of one long note, I'm going to put rhythm to this pulse. Snap the pulse again. Okay, stop. Now when we go down, you will just play your solo over this rhythmic drone that we call a vamp. Greg?
Is it shows just how simple elements make very, very cool music. Now, I want to just build on here. Come on a little bit closer before you get cello down. Let's just come up to the front of the stage. Come on up. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. Okay. You're looking good. Why don't you give each other a little bit of room there, too, you know. Breathing. Got bows up and everything. Okay, I want to go off of what we just did right there. You got room?
Yeah.
And, Greg, maybe I'll start with you this time. And what we're going to do is I want Greg to play a little solo. And then the word Eric used, I don't know if you heard it, the word is vamp. So that, boom, 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 boom. That was just a vamp, which is just a simple, repetitive rhythm. So I'm going to have Greg play a little solo, and then what I want him to do is set up a simple vamp. And then, your name? Katie. Katie will come in next with the solo. And then what I want you to do is I want you to add to the vamp something simple so that these two will be playing. And then your name? Anish. Anish will then come in with the solo. And so each time we will add to the vamp. And then it'll come down to Eric, who's going to have this whole cool vamp going. And then you guys all need to look to Eric, make eye contact, and Eric will end the piece. Does that make sense? When you add to the vamp, the most important thing is to keep it simple because we want to set something up nice for our soloists to be playing over. See what happens. improvisation for me is that you honestly don't know what you're gonna get. And so sometimes you get something completely wild and insane like that last jam. I think we can make this a little bit better, and I'd like to do one more thing. Greg, what's one thing out of what we just did, what's one comment you could give that could make this one a little bit better, or make this thing?
Well, when we start playing with this many people playing, I think it's paramount to be listening to others. That maybe you're playing too loud, or maybe you're not playing loud enough, actually. I think that is a very important thing to be thinking about.
Absolutely. Eric, you got a comment?
Well, since I ended this one, I felt that our ending could use some work. And one thing that we need to do is be communicating up here with no words. We need to be looking at each other. And when I give an indication that we're about to end, we all have to end. What I want to try is let's play one note. It does not matter what note. I'm going to lead it. You start with my note and then end with my note. We're all going to look at me, look at my bow. You all ready? Pick a note in your mind. It's going to be a long note. All right, everyone ready? We'll breathe together to start. Ready? One more time.
Let's do it again.
One more time. Doesn't matter what note. Begin and end together. Okay, now when we go down the line, when I'm playing, everyone look at me, and that's the kind of cutoff I will give.
And I have one last comment, and this is about what to play after your solo's done. How to add to the vamp. Greg, I want the three of us. Why don't you just start a vamp? You don't have to do a solo. Okay. Start a vamp. Eric, then I want you to add to the vamp, and I'm going to add to the vamp. And we're going to show you. One thing that's important, a lot of times with music that's written on the page, it can be more complex. You know, there's all these notes because a composer thought it up. With jam music, a lot of the time simple is better because we're actually trying to just communicate musically together. So sometimes simplicity, even just adding one element of the vamp. Greg, get us started and then we'll see. Okay? You see how that was set up? Far more simple. I think in our group, one of our biggest problems was that everyone was maybe playing too complicated, so it was hard to hear. Let's try it one more time. Eric, why don't you start? Well, do we want to come down so you end it again?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll end it again.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Start us up.
Okay, sure. Here's a new band.
This is the new thing.
Good idea. And then bring them up. Okay, so we're going to add one more rhythmic thing, and what we're going to add right now is beatbox. I want to teach everyone how to beatbox, and then we're going to get some volunteers to bring beatbox into the mix as well. Some of you may not know what beatboxing is. It's making drum noises with your mouth. It's incredibly fun, it's easy to do, and there's lots of ways to do it. I'm going to show you a way that I like to do it. And the first sound we're going to learn is a hi-hat sound. A hi-hat is those cymbals that come together like this. They open and close. on the side of a drum set, and if it was closed and you hit it with a stick, it would sound like this. Keep going. Yeah, see that? Here, back here. You guys gotta be the ones. Now, I'd like everyone to pick up your hand and pretend like you're holding a drumstick and hit that cymbal. And let me hear it too back here, guys. Good. That's what I thought. Maybe we could go twice as fast. And maybe we could do it real quiet, like. How about medium? How about crazy loud? Okay, back to medium. Very nice. Man, that is a real simple sound, and that is a rhythmic vamp. Here's a second sound to learn. It is a rim shot. When you take a drumstick and hit the rim or side of a drum, and it would sound like this. Stick that jaw out. Like this. Like this. Like this. Come on over here, guys. Louder. A little louder, please. Crazy loud. Like red in the face loud. That's right. That's pretty good. That's real clear. Let's add some hi-hat like. Woo! And that also is an incredibly cool and fresh vamp. But why stop there when we can learn a third sound? And we might as well. This is my favorite sound, the bass drum sound, and we do it with our lips like this. Louder up here, guys. Come on, loud. Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw these three sounds together. I have some mnemonics to make it work. Everybody say boots. Boots! Like this, boots. 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 That's right, but instead of saying boots, I would like you to use the word boots to remember the instrument sounds we worked on. So instead of boots, it would be nice. Ooh, that's solid. I think these are our best ones yet.
Real
These
good.
guys sound good.
Sixth
Okay, here's
grade.
another one is cats would be like. Yeah. And barbecue would be like. That's right. Now, if we put them all together, we'd get boots, cats, barbecue. Sounds like this. Boots, cats, barbecue. Boots, cats, barbecue. Boots, cats, barbecue. What? Let me hear it up here. Stage! Barbecue. What? Let's hear just the stage. Louder, guys. One more time. That's not bad, that's not bad. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to ask for some volunteers up here, and we are going to need people that are willing to solos,
ain't coming up.
a long tone, and or beatbox. So come on up, guys.
Who didn't go? Come on, you guys definitely. Who didn't go yet? All of you guys. You too. Yeah, you too. Oh, posse of homies.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
It's all good.
It's okay. Come on up, guys. Come on forward. Okay, so this is what we're going to do is we're going to divide up into trios, but one thing that is important to note in what we are about to do is that we will all need to know how long we will do it for. And so we will do it for 4 boots, cats, barbecues. And I would like to hear us on stage only do some boots, cats, barbecues 4 times and then stop, okay? So no instruments, just boots, cats, barbecue. You guys ready on stage?
Ready?
Y'all gonna help us? Here we go. Real loud. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, that was it. Okay, not bad. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. I think these guys can handle it.
Let's move up.
Step up just
Let's
a
move
little
up.
bit.
Helps our projection.
And,
You guys
and
come
we're
over
all
here.
going to be in a trio, so the three of us will be together, okay? And the three of you will be together, and the three of you will be together. But before we do that, let's showcase what we're about to do.
Let's do showcase.
So, for instance, I will be the beatboxer. Eric, what will you be?
I'll do the long
The
tone.
long tone,
I will solo.
because that is what's left. And do you guys need to talk about anything?
We should discuss an important thing as me as a soloist is I want to know what note he's going to play so I could possibly be playing with you.
Right.
I'm going to play an A.
An A is a good one because I know an A.
Oh,
so,
cool. All right.
we should be good.
So
let's show off.
How many Boots Cats barbecues am I doing? 4. Okay, just checking. Ready? 1,
Yeah.
2, ready, and.
Okay? That's simple. It's that simple.
I'm okay. And one of you will beatbox. Okay. Beatbox. Okay. Solo. Okay. We're all now. Beatbox. Concert. You play with everyone that's going to play the money. Okay. And you beatbox. You don't need to beatbox listen, okay? Okay, you got it? Okay, don't drop your phone. All right, woo, we got a plan up here.
Okay, we ain't messing around.
No, we got it here.
We're ready to jam.
All right. Who's first?
We would start.
Go ahead, man.
You guys ready?
Start it off.
We'll go next.
Okay, I'm gonna count it
Okay,
off.
now let's make sure each group comes in on time, just like when we passed that note in the beginning.
Sounds good.
That's a good
Okay,
plan.
you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not bad. That wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
That wasn't bad at all.
Now the beauty of throwing out these roles to everyone, right? We each took a role, solo, beatbox, all this, is now we can switch the roles and we'll get a totally different sounding ensemble.
Totally different.
All right, so what I'd like each group, whatever you were doing, to pick a new thing to be doing.
Okay.
Okay?
So, your beatbox. Okay, I want that thing loud. Messing around, I hear you. Okay?
Okay, this time we'll start.
Please do.
All right, you ready?
You guys next?
We're next. We're second. Okay, what did you say? Beat solo.
Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, ready, and.
Yeah. That was pretty jam. I got one more. Let's do a vote. Let's do the last one. I got one thing though. My group, we were jamming that time, but we have one problem, and this happens a lot in music, is we weren't ready when it came around. We didn't know it was time. One of the most important things to being a great musician and to be great at anything is to be prepared, to have your head in the game, and to know what's going on. We got a little bit of time, just a little bit left. I want to do the last thing. Let's switch it one more time, and then we'll have a little bit of time for questions. So let's switch it the last time.
Ready?
Yeah. Who's second? You playing that?
You go. Okay, we're okay. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready. These guys, that was awesome. That was so nice. Let's have a little bit of time for some questions. Who's got a question up here or out there? Yes.
When did you start beatboxing?
Great question. When did you start beatboxing on the flute?
I started beatboxing on my flute in my late 20s. I actually played the flute for about 20 years in a purely classical fashion. But then I was trying to hang with some cool kids out in California, and so I needed to up my game, and I learned how to beatbox. Some of the coolest things about these instruments is every instrument, no matter what you play, they got super cool secret sounds, all right? And so whatever instrument you get in your hand, it's extremely fun to explore those sounds.
Absolutely is. Yes. Yeah. He didn't see it.
Was not.
Yeah. No.
Next.
Yeah. That was a good question, though. Yeah. How did we meet?
Yo, we met in school, actually. We all went to the Cleveland Institute of Music in Cleveland, Ohio, which is primarily a classical music school where we studied music, music history, music theory. We practiced our instruments a lot. But outside of school, we were really good friends, so we used to hang out a lot and try to play other types of music that we weren't practicing in school. And that's how we came up with the idea for the Project Trio. And we started this group about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that was a really good question. She asked, do you think it would make a difference of what condition your instrument, the bass, was when I play? The answer to that is yes. You know, having a great instrument is extremely important. That said, all of us started when we were young musicians, all of us. And we have nice instruments now because we have become professionals and we have our own money to buy instruments, and we also need to invest in instruments. So you can learn to play any type of instrument well. Also, because the bass is so big, I actually often have to borrow a bass wherever we go. If we go to Germany, I need to get a bass over there. If we go to California, I need to get a bass there. So it's absolutely sure that the better the instrument, the better it sounds. So, but you can play any instrument, you know, whatever it is, we make do with it. Yeah.
How do you get your inspiration for writing music?
How do we get our inspiration for writing music?
You listen to music all the time. We all love music. We immerse ourselves in music. Every day when you wake up, if we're not practicing, we're listening to the radio or listening to a record or a CD. So much music is out there. So when you hear something you like, figure out what it is that you like about that and be inspired, and then try to come up with something that you wrote that is similar but completely different.
Yes. I also want to say this. I take inspiration from these guys. the way we make music is exactly how we just did it. We improvise music together. And then from those small seeds and those little gems, they become pieces. And like how we were doing vamps, and we were coming up with a cool vamp, all of us, we're always trying to come up with these cool vamps, these cool ideas, and then we bring them in together, and we write them into pieces. So it's, from what we were doing on stage, it might have seemed very simple, but it's not a very far leap from sitting in a trio, beatboxing, soloing, and droning. That's not very far away from having an entire piece that sounds awesome. Let's go back out here. Yeah. Do we enjoy what we do in life?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're the envy of others because we enjoy it so much.
We absolutely do. We're making music, and we are our own boss. So it's nice. We don't work for somebody, which is awesome.
Yell at ourselves.
Yeah! And each other. Where did you get that cello?
Oh yeah, this cello is a really unique cello. It's made out of carbon fiber. And the Project Trio, we travel all over the world. We've been as far away as Australia and China and Russia and Ukraine and Germany and Mexico. And we travel on airplanes. And where Peter has to borrow the bass, the cello has to go under the plane with all the baggage. And instead of putting my nice 200-year-old English cello underneath where they can destroy it, I have this cello that I got that they've been making out of carbon fiber so that it's much more durable, and it allows me to get a little bit more wild for our style of music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, okay, the question was how come your instrument doesn't break when you slap it?
Oh, it's because it's made out of carbon fiber. The bass?
Oh, you know what? The other thing is that, if you haven't noticed, the three of us are trained musicians. So what we do is, I would never break the instrument. Like, even if Eric was playing his nice cello, he would never break it. So because we have trained at this, we're not just randomly slapping the instrument. We are slapping the instrument artistically, musically. Yeah. Is it true that he was on iCarly?
It was.
You're excited about that?
Okay. You. Okay, that was a good question. She asked, when we practice together, how often is it not something improvised?
You know, there's a little bit, there's some different components of practicing. And one component of practicing is developing. And when we are developing new pieces, we might use improvisation quite a bit. But once we have a piece down and we need to practice it, there's not as much improvisation going on. However, we are very improvisatory dudes. So we like to mess with each other with a little bit of in-the-moment ad-libbing, which is kind of like improvisation. But our arrangements are very much set in stone for the tunes that we've worked on. And so when we are practicing, folks, practicing is fixing problems, not doing what you're good at. Practicing is hard and dirty work, and we're very good at it.
Yeah. Yes.
Have you written any music that you've published to companies so other people can play?
Wonderful question. Have we ever written any music that we've published so that other people can play?
The answer is yes. Once we've improvised and created our songs, we often then go back and write it out for other musicians to be able to play. The other thing that we've done is that we all come from an orchestral background, and we wanted to play with orchestras again. So we arranged our original music for us and an orchestra to play. So oftentimes we'll go and perform with the Philadelphia Orchestra, whoever orchestra we are playing with. So.
Random. Whoever. Okay, hands down. I want to say that tonight there is a free concert featuring the Project Trio. And it's going to be awesome. And even if it's not awesome, it's free. So I hope to see some of you guys there, some of you guys especially with your families. It would be nice to have everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here.